Continuing the suffering, solving trigonometric equations. 2 sine x plus 4 is equal to 8. False? I think it's false, and let's take a look at why it probably is false. Why it is false. I'm going to solve this again. This is the whole thing with this. Is just think of this as 2x right here. So 2x plus 4, and then solve it that way initially and see where you get. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to add negative 4 to both sides, right? And you get 2 sine x is equal to 4. Then we'll divide both sides by 2, and we'll get sine x is equal to 2. Well, we know that that's not true because remember we're working on the unit circle here, right? And the unit circle looks like this. And the unit circle here x is 0, negative 1. This is 0, 1. This is negative 1, 0. This is 0, 1. So what we know here is that this is outside the possibility, right? Because we know that sine of x, right? We know that sine of x, the highest, did I really get that backwards? The highest sine value is going to be 1, isn't it? The lowest sine value will be negative 1. So sine of x is always greater than or equal to negative 1, but less than or equal to 1. So this doesn't fit that condition, does it? Little trick question that you're liable to see. Your professor will throw that in just to be a really good person. You know how they are. Let's just do one more quick and easy one. And I'm going to do it the same way. This one says 2 cosine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. And the question is that true? Well, let's find out. First thing I'm going to do is add 1 to both sides. That will give us 2 cosine theta is equal to 1. All I did was move this negative 1 over by adding 1 to both sides. Then we'll divide both sides by 2. And we'll get cosine theta is equal to 1/2. And what we're going to do here is ask ourselves, theta, for what theta value is that true? So we go now to the unit circle, and this is something I've been trying to really push on to you guys, is that you have to know your unit circle. So if you have your unit circle in front of you, this will become really, really easy because we know that cosine of pi thirds is equal to 1/2. And therefore theta is equal to pi thirds. Okay, if this part right here is bothering you at all, again, unit circle. And you know what I usually do is I just go online and I find a copy of the unit circle and I use that. I give it to everybody to use because I think this is really, really very straightforward given that. So if you're like, what the hell is going on? What you're probably struggling with is the unit circle. So if you're going to take an AP exam, you're going to have to know, you're really going to have to be familiar with this and feel comfortable with it. It's not very hard to memorize. And actually somebody did a really great video. I didn't do it. A really great video on how to memorize the unit circle. So hopefully you'll look that up. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please do. And your comments are always welcome, as long as you don't talk about my mom.